meantime, good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. Thank you very much for this good morning with such a sound. My name is Vikas Budhiraja. I am the segment leader for automation business for India, Southeast Asia. It's been a pleasure talking to you today, and if I start my presentation with the era of AI-powered automation, I may talk beautifully about Gen AI, and we are hearing a lot of things about Gen AI and your clicker, yeah. Thank you. We are hearing a lot of things about Gen AI and hybrid cloud, and all these things are happening in the industry. Everybody is talking about Gen AI. We all know that the industry or the technology is changing very, very fast. And with the fast change in technology, it brings complexity. And complexity basically stops us what we want to do. It slows down our pace. Everybody is like, we heard about good things about cloud. And if I talk about digital native companies which are sitting in this room, a lot of them are sitting in this room today. Cloud is the journey which you guys have taken as the best pace, correct? But we understood that there are challenges came over there. Because the private and public, that marriage of private and public cloud, that was supposed to happen. And that's where the hybrid cloud come into the picture. That started solving about the problem of private and public perspective. Now we are talking about AI. But what is the key requirement of AI? It's all about data. We need data to be available. And we all know the key challenge about the data is that data is actually, sorry for this, the data is actually residing into multiple, it's scattered, it's multiple locations. Do I have so the AI require the hybrid infrastructure to collect data, to collate data at one location. Now if I go to the automation, yeah, all tasks start with a manual work. Any activity which we do, we start in a manual work. Then when it start becoming complex, then we start thinking, how can I do this task pretty better? And that's where we start thinking about the automation of the particular task in our environment, or automation of the complex task, so that we can basically save a lot of basically time which we are spending on to the rudimentary task or manual activities. These are some stats if I talk about. 82% of the enterprise leaders says that the IT complexity is impeding their success. Many of the leaders sitting in this room, how many of you agree to this statement? At least I can see 50% over here are talking about the same thing. So that's what it is. Then if I talk about 55% of the business leaders says that they don't have a visibility into their cloud spend or the money they are spending onto the technology. May I request, if that's a problem you guys are also facing over here? Visibility into only one hand. Wow. Okay. Then this is an amazing stat. 1 billion of cloud native application predicted to be generated by AI by 2028. Can you think of, can you handle this load without automation in place? And that is where IBM is trying to help organization into various areas, starting from observability, where we go deeper, understand the complete environment, we do root cause analysis, we identify the problem, we do predictive and proactive approach towards the identification of the problem and solving that problem. Then resource management, where we basically optimize the infrastructure requirement for our application to run. Basically deliver the infrastructure what is required the application to deliver at the exact SLO what was supposed to be delivered. Network. We know that we can do, we monitor the network perspective also. Then we can monitor the infrastructure, we offer the FinOps story where we go to the financial aspects of the cloud, we offer the technology business management, and we provide insights into your application controls. That's what we provide to do. And let me start one by one on each and every area. We talked about this stat that 82% of the executives says that the technology is hampering their growth, or the complexity in technology is hampering their growth. So let me go one by one. So observability, as I mentioned, it go deeper into your application and application environments. Understand it from the perspective of that where the problem is happening. If I can predict for you that, okay, you are going with this, there are some problems happening into your environment, I can identify that this is the root cause of the problem. I am reducing your mean time to recovery of a problem. That's what the observability is doing. And that's where IBM is trying to help with our flagship products Instana and IBM Cloud Pak for AI Ops, which basically helps in providing a deep observability and managing the root cause analysis of your IT infrastructure or your application monitoring basically completely over there. If I talk about some reference clients, one of our client in India who basically took a benefit of these set of tools, and they basically saw 30% improvement in the issue resolution. And why? Because in a mean time to recovery of a problem, the major problem goes in mean time to identification of the problem. If I can't see it, I will not be able to fix it. And that's what we reduce this mean time to identification of problem to almost negligible. Because all tools, we have plethora of tools in our environment. We took a feed from them, we understand what's happening into the environment, and we immediately identify the root cause and hand it over to the ticketing systems or the other systems which is plotted by the clients. If I go further, if I talk about the resource management, let me first define the resource management. Applications run on infrastructure. Server, compute, virtualization, CPU, memory, disk. 80% of the application doesn't goes down because of the code problem. It goes down because of the infrastructure problem. The infrastructure, where it is required, it's not available. And that's what resource management does. It basically do go deeper into your environment. So our flagship product Turbonomics basically offer the, it basically understand your environment, application resources, and then help you pinpointing the area where the resources are required in context to the application. I can see my VM, what infrastructure is not available, it is available, I can see that. It's over provisioned, it's under provisioned. But I will not be able to see it from the perspective of my application, that the overall application, what's the requirement of our infrastructure at which juncture. It's a VM, it's CPU, it's memory, it's disk. And that's what resource management is all about. And IBM itself took a benefit of it. 175K actions to automate and optimize our infrastructure, what applications were requiring, were being taken in just 4 months by this tool. Which is very, very difficult in a normal or a non-automated environment. And specifically when it is a AI-driven, say, actions being recommended. Then if I go forward, we talk about network. Network is a key, everything runs on a network, and we basically required to go deeper into the network. So we observe the network. We have our tools with SEV1, NS1, hybrid cloud, mesh, and we recently acquired a tool for automation also, okay. And that's where we basically not only identify your network problems, we solve it also. It will identify where the network glitches or what type of, any type of network. It is a Wi-Fi, is it a MPLS, it's a telco, is it a on-premise SDN network or a traditional network or a SD-WANs, any type of network. We can observe it. We can identify a problem out of it immediately. We can recommend the action, and we can take those actions also with our automated action taking capability, which is a part and parcel of our set of tools. Going forward, again, I'm going back to this stat. 55% of the executives still say that don't have a visibility into their technology spent. Correct? Now, how? And there is an area which basically got created, or a segment got created, which is basically every organization is talking about FinOps, who are specifically big time on clouds, or who have a amazing, say, technology spend. They're talking about FinOps. Can I basically go deeper into my cloud spend? Understand who is consuming what type of services, and how much is consuming, and how much is paying for it. If I have to charge back my departments, whom should I charge back? If there is any anomaly coming into that particular, say, consumption of my cloud cost, can I basically identify it? Can I immediately basically take action on top of it? And that's what FinOps is all about, where it goes deeper into the fin aspects of your cloud and give you a complete visibility of your cloud expenditure, control of your cloud expenditure. CFOs are asking this question, and that's what we are trying to solve this problem of cloud ability with our tool called Cloud Ability. One of our Indian airlines has basically consumed this tool, and they have seen the benefit of approx 20% of their cost getting reduced on a cloud. That's a few statistics about one of our customer. If I go further, cloud FinOps is basically solving, but I have a cost factor in all of my IT environment. Labor, manpower cost, which is basically labor cost. Then we have a IT cost, the hardware cost, the infrastructure cost. We are talking about hybrid era. So can I basically manage all of my IT finance management into my cloud? And that's what technology business management from IBM is basically helping from the product called Aptio, which basically helps you in, rather than managing your spending a time onto your rudimentary task of managing the financial aspects of the IT, it basically helps you in managing the complete financial in a single tool. You can feed your data, and then you can go up to unit economics and all this stuff. So that's where. Now, this stat was amazing, as I mentioned, about 1 billion applications are going to come. And we are sure about it. Every application will bring its own challenges. Vulnerabilities are there, compliances are there. Recent challenge we have seen many of the organizations, and in fact few of the downtimes of few of the organizations we have seen or tools we have seen is the certificate expiry. Simple problem. That was there, correct? So basically, can I basically have one tool? I have a plethora of tools into my environment. Vulnerability scans, this scans, monitoring tools, this, that, everything. But if a CXO asks one dashboard, give me one dashboard of my application, 360-degree view with a risk and compliance score. Can I give it? Still, there's a challenge. I have tools, sir. This dashboard, this dashboard, this dashboard, this dashboard. I cannot give a comprehensive one. Correct? And that's what IBM Concert is solving. We have tools, we can take feed from any tools which you have, and we can give you a 360-degree view of your application. What it delivers? It delivers application risk management. We all know there is a CVs, vulnerabilities across the IT, say, landscapes. And it has been identified at various, say, central authorities. And it has been identified by some vulnerability scan tools in my environment. But do I know that which vulnerability I need to prioritize, which vulnerability I need to basically fix first, as per the priority given by the say, some regulatory authority? Can I take feed from there? Can I take feed from my tools? And then basically define that which vulnerability I need to prioritize. That's what I can do it. Then application compliance management. Can I basically do the compliance of my application as per the standards? That is a key requirement. Specifically when some of the digital natives sitting in this room are serving their clients. Then application certificate management, which is a key small problem which we are seeing that this problem is creating a big revenue losses for the organization, that my application certificates have been, say, expired and they're not moving, the application is down for it. So that's where we are trying to help. We are giving all the insights into the recommendations across the complete application landscape. We are defining which priorities, which thing. And not only that, if it is impacting which, sorry for this, impacting which component. This view, if this vulnerability is impacting, this impact to which all components into my application environment. Or this compliance is impacting which all components into my application environment. And that's where we are trying to solve that problem. Trying to get one dashboard for. Sure. And that's what I said. So IBM is basically solving this problem with all the area. The only thing which I just want to talk about that we recently acquired HashiCorp, okay, which is a recent acquisition by IBM, where we are bringing the complete infrastructure automation from day zero to over there. With this, I take a pause. Thank you very much for patiently listening me, and nice talking to all of you. Thank you.